Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about should you say yes or no to most things. I'll be going over what I do and what I've learned to do over the past 10 to 15 years that I've been trying to become as successful as I can possibly be. Let's get right into the video. There are two trains of thoughts. Okay? There are two trains of thought, I should say. The first train of thought is you should say yes to everything because you don't want to miss an opportunity, okay? And that is true, but it's also false. The second train of thought is you should say no to almost everything because you're just going to burn yourself out, wasting your energy and effort on most things that don't really matter and aren't really going to succeed. And that is true and also false in the same token, okay? So the answer of should you say yes or no to most things, it all depends on your life situation. That's my answer, okay? And I'll tell you what I did, how I structured my yes or no answers in life that really worked really well for me, okay? So let's get into this, okay? So basically, when I first started, when I was young, okay, when I was just starting to try to become successful, I'm talking about, I got my first job at 13. So I'm working at 13, and then like when I really started to try to become successful was probably 16, 17. I was like, listen, I want to make the most out of my life. Let's just hustle as hard as we can so that I can create this amazing life, okay? And I'm on that pathway right now. I haven't fully finished it. I'm not like, okay, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I'm happy, I'm not satisfied. I'm not there yet. So in order to facilitate that, when I was younger, I valued my time as nothing, okay? I had no value of my time, so I said yes to everything because I wanted to see what would work. So I said yes to every possible job, yes to every possible opportunity. I literally said yes to every possible thing that you can imagine that I could have said yes to. I literally basically never said no, okay? If it was humanly possible for me to do it, I said yes because I had no value of my time. And then I learned what worked. I started to become more and more successful. I started to gain success and I started to value my time a little bit higher. So then when I had this level of value on myself, okay, what I did was I started to say no to some things because I'm like, you know what, that's not worth it. I'm worth this much for every hour of my time, my mental effort, whatever you want to call it. And that is really only going to give me this return. So I'm going to say no to that. So I started saying no to things as time went on. And then you continue moving forward. And I'm at the stage now in life where I say no to probably 99% of the offers that come my way. For me to say yes is a very rare occasion. I say no to almost everything that comes my way because now my value of my time is really much higher. Okay, it is much higher. So basically, unless you're willing to reach this level of value for me, of a return for me, I'm going to say no. And that's how I structured it. Now I'll give you a real world example and then I'll tell you about the exceptions to this rule. Okay, so when I renovated my old house, I did the majority of the renovation myself. I did probably 95% of it myself. I outsourced only a little bit of it. The reason was because I could make a lot of videos on the renovation process, how to cut drywall, how to cut cement board, how to install cement board, on and on and on and on. Like I did like hundreds of videos when I was renovating my old house. You can find them in my library videos if you go way back many years ago. You'll find all of that maybe 6-month period when I was renovating my basement. I did tons of videos on it. And the value for me to say yes to renovating the basement myself was a good value because I could do those videos. And I also, wasn't at the income level that I wanted to be at to outsource it. So by doing it myself, I saved tons of money on it. When we moved into this house, our current house right now, I outsourced 90% of the renovation. I did a little bit of it myself, obviously, but I outsourced most of the renovation. The reason being, it was more valuable for me to say no to myself renovating it than it was for me to say yes. Because when the contractor and all of the people that were doing the work, when they were renovating the house, I was filming videos. It was more profitable for me to build my online businesses, which is the videos. I have ebooks, websites. I got all sorts of stuff, okay? I'm working into consulting now. I have lots of stuff, but it was more valuable for me to focus my time and energy doing this kind of stuff and let them, the professionals, do the renovation stuff because they're pros. They did a much better job than I could have done. They left no errors, right? When I do it, I'm a do-it-yourselfer so I can get the job done, but it's not going to be perfect. They're not going to be close to perfect. When they do it, it was as close to perfect as possible, but it made sense for me to say no to the opportunity of renovating this house myself and say yes to outsourcing it because I value my time much higher. The next renovation that I do or house build or whatever the case is, I'm going to be outsourcing it, but I probably won't be building businesses the entire time because now my value on myself relaxing is much higher. So I value my time like this now. So, I'm going to say no to most opportunities because my relaxing is what I value right now whenever I have the chance to relax. So what it comes down to is this: when you're starting out in life, when you're trying to become successful, when you are at the point where your skills, your knowledge are like at the lowest point, your entry level, whatever you want to call it, entry level at success, your wealth level, your income level, your net worth, when it's down here, you got to say yes to as much as possible. You got to get as many opportunities as you can under your belt because one of those might lead you to success. And as you gain more success, as everything about you grows, okay, your net worth, your income level, your knowledge, your skills, your happiness, as everything about you grows, then you value your time more highly and you can start saying no to more things until you value your time like this, and then you can say no to almost everything. In the future, I really plan on being nitpicky about what I'm going to say yes to. I want to literally be like the pickiest person in the world about what I want to say yes to, because if I say yes to something, that takes away time for myself. If I'm saying yes to doing a renovation when I could be working out, then guess what? My health suffers, right? So it's going to change over time. Now, let me tell you about the exception to this rule. The exception to this rule is family and close friends. If you're a family member of mine, it doesn't matter what you ask me. For the most part, I'm going to say yes as much as I can. If you're a close friend of mine, and I have a very close group of friends, I'm talking about there's less than 5 people that I'm really, really close with, okay? So if you're in this group and you know who you are, right? You're so close to me, my friends don't even watch my videos because we talk as often as we can. There's no need for them to watch the videos because they can speak to me in person or through text message. And that's what I mean. If they need a phone call with me for an hour tonight because they're going through something, they can call me up and I'll say yes. As long as it's possible for me to do, I'll say yes. For my wife and for my kids, I would do anything. Look at me. Anything. They are the absolute exception to the rules. For my parents, for my sisters, I would do virtually anything. They're the exception to this rule. Okay? There is no for the most part, when it comes to family and friends. If it makes sense, if it's safe for me to do it, and if I can make it happen, and it's a good thing to ask me for, I'll do it. If it's a positive thing they're asking me for, I'll do it. So that's the exception, is that family and close friends, you need to make exceptions for them, and you need to say yes as often as you can, because that's a different relationship. I'm not talking about a business relationship. When I'm talking about my relationship with my wife and my kids, my parents, my sisters, my brother-in-laws, my nieces, my nephews, I'm not at that point, my sister-in-law on my other side, I'm talking about my wife's brother's wife. So it's my sister-in-law on the other side. Anyways, you get the idea. My wife's brother's wife. Yeah, okay. So you know who you are if you're watching this. Anyways, that's the exception to the rule, is that friends and family members, you have to make an exception for them. They're not business. Okay, so that's it. That's, should you say yes or no to most things? My opinion. Take it or leave it. Honestly, that's my opinion. And if you don't agree with it, I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't care, because that's me saying no to myself caring about your opinion. I want you to understand where I'm coming from, but you don't have to agree with it. But hopefully you at least understand my perspective, right? Anyways, that's it. Hopefully you're motivated. Hopefully you're pumped up. Get out there. Go get it. Go be successful. Think about what you want in life. Just get out there and go achieve it. Honestly, figure what you need to do to achieve that goal. Just do it. It's that simple. Get it done and you will be successful. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.